first brake marker is the first arrow before the 50-meter boards. You want to brake slightly after that. Brake towards the corner, down to the second gear, and start getting back on power just before the curb on the side of the track. Your next brake marker is this black and white curb. You want to brake about car length before that, stay in the middle of the track, down to the second gear, and use the third gear on the exit. You can get back on power at these tire marks. Lift off and coast for a bit once you reach this tree. Meter ball is your next brake marker. You want to brake slightly after that, down to the third gear, and get back on power at the curb. For this one, you can use the tree on your right and start braking once it's about to disappear off your screen. Brake hard initially, drop down to the third gear, and here's where you want to get back on power. Stick to the left side. You want to lift off just before that bush disappears off your screen. And get back on power at the second tree on your right. Now here you want to start braking somewhere in the middle between this end of the concrete and the curb. You want to point your car towards the curb, down to the second gear, and start getting back on power just before passing this tree. Brake very gently and lift off for a brief moment just before this yellow barrier, and get back on power immediately after crossing the banner above. You might need to play with the throttle a little bit on the exit. You see those two lines in the middle? You need to start braking just in between them, down to the third gear. You might need to coast for a bit and drop down to the second just before reaching those lines, and use the third on the exit. And that's it. Smash that like button if you find it useful, subscribe for the next videos, and I'll see you in the next one.